Good afternoon and welcome to our What's Buzzin at Georgia Tech webinar series. We hope you had a very uh, delightful holiday season last week. However, we are back in full speed, getting ready into full gear as we move into commencement season for our upcoming graduating seniors. Today, we are joined by a very special guest, Jillian Cruiser, Senior Institute Event Coordinator here at the Institute. Last semester, we thought it would be a good idea to have a webinar focusing on commencement logistics. We know that many of you are planners and like to be ahead of the curve. And so Jillian is so gracious to take time out of her schedule to kind of go over some commencement informational logistics and procedures with us. There'll also be a Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions, please feel free to utilize the Q&A chat box. This presentation will be recorded. So if you have anything that you would like to refer back to, please know it will be posted to our website within 24 hours. And so without further ado, I will turn it over to Jillian Cruiser so she can introduce herself, and then we'll get started with our presentation. And we'll have questions at the end, so keep them flowing.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tyler. I really do appreciate you having us come and share everything about commencement. And congratulations to parents, guardians, loved ones, family members. This is an exciting time for you all, and I know that it takes a village to get that student, your student, excuse me, to the finish line. So congratulations as well. So I'm going to start sharing my screen if you don't mind. 1 second. Great. Tyler, can you see the presentation? Just making sure.
Yes, we're all good to go.
Okay, great. So again, this is the most exciting time of the year, well, apart from spring commencement as well. So we are so excited. Again, my name is Jillian Cruiser, and here we go. So here are the three of us. Serena, Stephanie, and I make up the Special Events and Protocol Office in Institute Communications. And around this time of year, we do go by the Commencement Office as well. We'll have this information at the end of the presentation, but that is our contact email and our phone number. Email is the preferred way of communication, so we have documentation as well as we're more able to answer email. During this time, we're running around getting prepared for your students' big day, so email is the best form of communication. We'll answer voicemails and phone calls, but we get a ton. So make sure you email us. That is the preferred mode of communication. Great, so we're going to talk about the first event that kicks off the commencement week, which is the President's Graduation Celebration. And this will be Thursday, December 16th from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. on Tech Green. And it will be in the McCamish Pavilion in case of rain. But I'm a person of putting things into existence. It will not rain. Everyone is invited. We're so excited that, you know, with cases fortunately going down, grandma, aunts, uncles, friends, sisters, brothers. Last year we had to have a limit. This year everyone is invited, but please RSVP so we can prepare for how many of y'all will like to come. So this event kind of serves as a kickoff to the graduation, or excuse me, commencement week, and it's hosted by the president. So President Cabrera can congratulate you. He will be there for about an hour or two, and just congratulate your student on their big accomplishment. So some of the, as you can see, the tech letters right there, that is a photo opportunity. You'll also have photo opportunities with Rambling Rec, Buzz. There will be light refreshments. We'll have a DJ. We'll have a selfie booth. The Alumni Association, your favorite parents and parent and family programs office will be there as well. Give out fun items to really start the celebration going. And the RSVP is on the website at the bottom of the screen. We'll do a little tour of the commencement website, which will become your best friend for this week, or for commencement week coming up. And yeah, so that is President's Graduation Celebration, and we will hope to see you all and your smiling faces there. More information about President's Graduation Celebration. make sure to register with Grad Images. They are the professional photography service that will be taking pictures of your grad in front of, for example, these letters, Buzz, the Rambling Wreck. But please know that these pictures, you will have to pay for them. They will contact you after the event, probably after commencement, because your student will also have pictures taken of them going across the stage as well as the front of the Rambling Wreck. Again, being that you can only touch the wreck after you graduate. Fun fact. So make sure you register and know that there does come a cost if you decide to purchase a picture from Grad Images. You can also take pictures. I know iPhones, I'm an iPhone user. Portrait mode is very popular if you want to use that as well. So the photographers are notified that it is fine if you're able to take a picture of your student. Great, so starting to talk about commencement, we are happy to be in Bobby Dodd again and putting it into the universe. It will not rain or snow. We gotta love that Georgia weather. But Bobby Dodd Stadium is a great place to celebrate your student. This picture was taken at a football game, but that is where your student will be graduating. So to prepare yourself, what is allowed? You can bring blankets. We know it might be a little chilly. Stadium seats. So if you want those stadium seats, you can put down on the bleacher so it can have a backing. You can bring those in. Medical assistant devices, baby food. If you have a child, know that you will have to have your child in your arms, a small clutch or a clear bag. We are actually, we got an interesting question if a stroller carrier, so not the stroller, those are not allowed, but if the carrier from the stroller can come in as well as the carrier from your baby's car seat. So we're getting more information from the athletic staff about that today to see if those can come in. So what is not allowed are outside food or beverage, umbrellas, horns or other noise makers, selfie sticks, backpacks, cameras with lenses longer than 4 inches, and strollers. Bag valet will be located on the top of Peter's parking deck, which is off of Bobby Dodd Way and at the corner of Techwood and North Avenue. So if your bag does not meet the clear bag policies of Bobby Dodd, you can check in your bag at the bag valet. But here is a great website on the bottom of this slide. You can find out more information about which clear bags are available to bring in. So guest seating, we actually uploaded the seating charts up today, so you can look to see which seating charts or which seat or entrance you would like to go in, so you can be as close as you can to your student. Know that the stadium seats are lifted amongst this Bobby Dodd Stadium amongst the field. So know that these won't be like courtside seats, but you can get as close to your student in that section. And the greatest thing is that there are no tickets or guest limits. And we'll get to the one exception in a second. And all 100 sections are open. So we're so excited to see you guys fill the stadium, but know that there are social distancing. Since it's a very large stadium, you can be, if you need to social distance, you are able to do so. So concessions, there will be snacks and drinks for guests, bouquet sales and Georgia Tech gear for sale. The bookstore, we had a recent contract change. It will actually be Legends. It's apart from our bookstore, but they will have fun Georgia Tech items for sale if you want to get that last minute present for your graduating student. Bouquet sales are very, very popular. They're fun to see, and to guardians and family members give that to their students. So, and you won't need to, the athletics team will know that you can bring those in. So ADA seating, this is that one exception I mentioned earlier. Wheelchair seating will require physical tickets. So if your student, when they RSVP'd for commencement, if they inquired about ADA seating, while
Hey,
while they're RSVPing.
hey,
They will
Jillian.
be, oh yeah, sure.
Really
Can you,
quickly, sorry to cut you off. It
no, you're
seems like
fine.
there's an icon that says, "Can you please hide?"
Oh,
Towards the bottom, just so they can see the entire PowerPoint slide.
sure. I'm so sorry about that,
No,
everyone. And you're free to also share this amongst your, let's see if this works. Can you see it now, Tyler?
it's still there. You should be
Okay,
able
so,
to hit the button hide.
okay, let me just exit out real quick if you don't mind.
Okay.
One moment, everyone.
Maybe see if you can hit it now.
Sure. So the only button I see you said on the bottom.
Yes, towards the bottom. Uh,
Uh, sorry, y'all.
it says
Uh,
primetime.bluejeans.com is sharing your screen. Stop sharing or hit hide.
okay, I only
What?
have stopped sharing on my end.
Okay.
And then when I go to the PowerPoint, I only see the slideshow. So that button unfortunately does not pop up for me on the bottom of my screen.
Okay. Okay. Well, we apologize about that,
Sorry
parents.
about that, everyone.
But if you have any questions, we'll just make sure that we highlight it.
Sure. Are you still able to see the slideshow when I share it though, Tyler?
Yes, yes, yes. If you can go back full screen.
Great. All right. All right, great. Sorry about that, everyone. But yes, I have sent this over to Tyler so he can share this with y'all. So again, with ADA seating, this is the only exception to where you will require physical tickets. So the students who inquired about ADA seating on their RSVP will be contacted by our office to pre-register for the wheelchair tickets. Now, tickets can be mailed or picked up at the office beforehand, and one guest can sit with the person who needs a wheelchair seat. So, for example, my brother-in-law is in a wheelchair, so I will be able to sit with him if he would have to sit down in the wheelchair seating area. But guests with limited mobility, for example, walk with a cane, they will not need an ADA ticket. So there will be an ADA area to where you can, if they can walk up one or two steps or down one or two steps, they can seat in the bleacher area. But so the only seating that will require physical tickets are the wheelchair seating. And we can ask more questions about that later as well. Great. So safety protocols. Masks are encouraged, even though we are outside and terminology and policies are changing. Masks are still encouraged because it is a very large group of people who will be attending. For example, I will be wearing a mask because I will be on the field with your student, but it is not required. We encourage COVID testing before and after the event. I know that there are my husband actually received a COVID testing kit after we traveled for the holiday. So those are available to you at your local CVS, for example. And again, if you still want to social distance, the stadium is very large. Feel free to social distance as much as you need to make sure that you are safe and healthy, because a safe and healthy event is the most important thing to us here at the commencement office. Now, your new best friend, the commencement website. I'm going to exit out of the PowerPoint, and then we're going to take a little tour so you know where to go. Let's see. Tyler, can you see the congratulations graduate?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
perfect. All right, making sure.
If you can go full screen on that.
Okay, sure. I'm working off of Apple, so does that work?
Yeah, that looks better. Yeah.
Great. So this is the commencement website, so commencement.gotech.edu. As you can see, this is, your one-stop shop for any information that you need. So depending on your student's ceremony or time and date, PhD ceremony is Friday, December 11th, and then you'll see where it is, and then every single link will say review our clear bag entry policy. So that goes to our bag policy I mentioned earlier. So it'll show you what's allowed, as well as the size. So make sure you have those rulers on you if you want to bring in your own purse. So, and what's not allowed, as well as the other prohibited items. So that's really important. Great. So you'll see the rest of the schedule here for the master's later on Friday, December 17th. And then if your student is graduating with their bachelor's, you'll see the dates and, again, parking information and whatnot. We'll also have a weather makeup day, but again, we speak things into existence here at the commencement office. So it will not rain or snow. There will not be inclement weather, but in the slight case there is a weather makeup day on Sunday, December 19th. More information is down there. Excuse me for all these pop-ups coming up on my upper right-hand part of the screen. All right, students. So your student is responsible for what they need to know as well. So there's a graduation checklist. Obviously, we still have things open for, this is a living website, right? So we have spring commencement. So anyone who's here for the spring, this is a great time to be proactive and make sure you do everything you can before your student graduates. Regalia, make sure you purchase your Regalia. This is the last day to purchase bachelor's Regalia, so that's super important. Grad Fest already happened, but we will have another Grad Fest event. And we do have a website if you click that link for the spring. Again, tickets are not required. And then you'll have commencement day logistics for students and whatnot. So a lot of these links go to the same page. So we'll go up to just the drop-down menu again. President's graduation celebration. Again, this is our website. Some pictures about the celebration, and you should be able to RSVP right here.
Hey, Jillian, is there a parking tab on you all's website?
Yes, we'll get to that soon.
Right, perfect.
Yeah, so if you have a summer graduate, there's more information here, and then more information about our student reflection speaker. So this is your best friend over here if you are a parent or guardian or guest. We'll have parking and transit information under the first thing you click on there. And this we'll have updates, but we're constantly updating our website, but this is where all our parking areas are right now. And then the commencement map be live today. Let me see if it takes you to it. Yep. Great. So anything that's highlighted or checked off here is where anything commencement related is happening on campus. Let's see. So if you hover, you'll see the parking areas. Obviously, this is Bobby Dodd. These are the street closures that will be happening. This is the commencement drop-off pickup zone, another parking. And the great thing about this map is if you hover over it and you're on your cell phone, you can always put your directions here or use my location and it can direct you to that deck. So back to the website, and then more information about parking as well. Sorry if I'm scrolling too fast. Just let me know if you're getting dizzy. More information about accessibility and special needs. Again, drop off and handicap parking, wheelchair information, accessible seating that we talked about earlier. More information about strollers and whatnot. So, sorry about that. We already talked about parking, but commencement FAQs, these are our most asked questions. So if you are about to call us, make sure to or contact us via email, the preferred venue of communication in our office. Check out this page first, because you never know until you check this. And if nothing is answered here, then let us know, and you can just send us an email or give us a call. And then planning your visit. So if you are out of town, if you are from out of the country, we have the preferred and local hotels, dining. I'm all for talking about food. So if you have any questions about any of these places right here or any other ones in Atlanta, I'll be open for any questions after this that pertains to food. I'm a foodie. I like to eat, but also to more local or area hotels, so where you can stay downtown, tons of places. I live in Smyrna, so if you want to be a little further out of the city, that's also a great place to check out, maybe Marietta, other than what's happening in downtown Atlanta or Midtown, knowing that we do have Georgia State right next door. So Commencement Transportation will have more information here. So again, if you have any questions about, Atlanta and the area, I will say traffic is a thing in Atlanta. So make sure that you leave at least 45 minutes early from wherever location. Doors open an hour before the ceremony, so plan accordingly. Then venue information, again, Bobby Dodd Stadium will have, again, face coverings are encouraged. But if something happens to where public health recommendations are changing, we will put this on that website. And again, bag policy, the bag valet, anything with guest services, which I'm actually in charge of, this is the page to go. So, great. And these are the commencement maps that we talked about. PhD right here. PhD is just, we set all students. So they're not really separated by college. They sit with their advisor or the person who is going to be hooding them. And then for masters and bachelors, they're, as you can tell, they're separated by college. So you can go to the venue information page and make sure that you see. So for example, if your student is a disciplinary, I would say the west side of the stadium. So I would enter in through gate 4, or you can go gate 1 and sit around in these areas. If you were College of Engineering, which is a pretty popular college here, as you can tell how big the section is for the master's and bachelor's ceremony club level. So gate 9, and this gate over here or gate 10 are the best places to go in. Great. So that is the tour of the website. I have more details on our presentation, but we can talk more about what's going on the website if you have any questions about that. But again, parents and guests, that is your best friend, this drop-down menu, and make sure you encourage your student to go to the graduation checklist right here to make sure that they get everything done. Great, so we'll go back to this, to the PowerPoint. All right, so commencement tips and tricks. So designate a meeting spot for after the ceremony. There's a lot of people coming to commencement, so we're really excited about that. Make sure that you have a designated place. So for example, the Einstein statue by Tech Green, meet there after the ceremony. So there's a lot of people and trying to find each other, and sometimes service gets dodgy if there's a ton of people around. So make sure that there's a meeting spot for you and your student after the ceremony. Charge your phone. That's another great reason why to designate your meeting spot. But you won't need to worry about that because your phone will be charged, right? But just in case, that's another reason why. But your phone will be on the whole time, right? So make sure you charge that phone so you can get all the pictures of your student crossing that stage. Again, Grad Images will be taking pictures of that moment as well as with the Rambling Rec after they move off the stage. So screenshot and print your grad pass. This is mainly for your student. We don't want them to, again, rely 100% on screenshotting their grad pass. So printing your grad pass is very important as well. So make sure those two happen as a backup. Your student will be encouraged to do this in many emails before the ceremony. So great, just make sure that you tell your student to do that. Dress for the weather. Today it's a little chilly and windy, so make sure that you, again, blankets can be brought in. So dress for the weather. It's probably around hopefully a 2.5 hour ceremony. So just make sure that you are good to go for that. If you're planning celebrations after the ceremony at any of those restaurants that we featured on Plan Your Visit tab, make sure that they begin at least 1 hour after the ceremony. To be safe, I would say an hour and a half. I'm a play it safer. Again, Atlanta traffic is a thing, so make sure you do that. And if you want to take photos beforehand, come to PGC. That's a great place to do that. And make sure to get to campus early if you want to take any last moments as a Georgia Tech student before your student becomes an alumni. Super exciting. Great. So prepping for commencement, order your regalia. Make sure that your student grabs their grad pass, and also make sure you're hydrated. I want to encourage that, even your student mainly. Make sure that they are hydrated even though it's cold. We want to make sure that everyone is up and at 'em for the ceremony and gets a good night's sleep so they are up and ready to come and graduate. But yeah, those are some pointers right there. And then, so this is the questions portion of our presentation. Again, this is the commencement hotline. Please email us before you call us. We will email or call you back within 24 to 48 hours. Again, we have a ton of calls, a ton of emails coming in. So we do have 2 students there, Grace and Sophia, second and third in that picture, and then the rest of our team right there to help you with any of your commencement needs. So I'm going to exit out of this and stop sharing my screen so we can, or I can, answer any questions that you may have.
Yes. See, when and where will honor cords be distributed?
Great question. So President's Graduation Celebration, they will be distributed there. If you're unable to make that event, you can actually, your student can actually receive them when they walk in to come on the field. There will not be a formal processional. So once they get there, they are allowed to walk into the stadium. And as they walk in, the honor cord pickup will be on their left. But better, I always say, prepare beforehand. So please come to PGC. We want to celebrate you and get excited for the weekend. So that's a great place to get them beforehand so you don't have to worry about it later.
It seems that we have a couple comments about just maybe perhaps in the future taking into consideration moving the ceremony to an indoor venue in consideration of elderly and out of state.
Yes. We while making this decision, being that it was earlier on in the semester, the Delta variant was still current, and so we have to plan in those conditions, and unfortunately cannot change once everything is confirmed and moving forward. So we don't know what the future may hold for where it will be. The pandemic has definitely changed how we do things, not only with commencement, but with all of our other events. I know people in the events industry are all feeling it, but we want to make sure that, again, like I said before, health and safety is the #1 priority of our guests. And we are thankful that we are getting in a better spot as a campus with the cases and as well as a country, but we had to plan for what the current conditions were with the Delta variant. So we do really thank you all for your patience and understanding as we had to make those decisions.
Is parking available for purchase now?
No, so parking is free, so you don't have to worry about purchasing parking. But that is a true statement about Atlanta. You usually have to purchase parking everywhere. So great question.
Besides the GT cap and gown, is there any special regalia to order by type of degree, tassels, cords, etc.?
So it depends on who's graduating. So if you're a master's student, it's a different cap and gown. So master's students kind of has a longer sleeve in the front. I'm sorry, I don't have them here. I'm just making the movement. And they also have a hood depending on what they are graduating with. That information can be found on the Barnes & Noble bookstore. Your students should have already ordered them already for masters, being that, shipping is a thing now with the holiday season underway, but you can definitely your student can visit the Barnes & Noble bookstore at Georgia Tech if they have any questions about that. Tassels will be the same. PhD Regalia is very different. Those deadlines have already passed, but again, visiting the bookstore to ask any last minute questions is definitely, recommended. And then students do have stoles and whatnot. Sorry, I totally forgot about that. Mainly for bachelors. Stoles for any student organizations they're a part of. So I do see them for athletes. Maybe you'll probably see one for a Buzz reveal possibly this semester on who was Buzz while at their time at Tech. Or they traveled internationally, or Greek letters. I had one my undergrad, so you'll see those. But those are given out through the student organization themselves.
If we can't meet the president on Thursday, will there be another chance to meet him afterwards?
That I do not know. It is a very busy time for President Cabrera. Again, his time is limited, being that he is the president at the Institute. So I can only speak for President's graduation celebration, but your student will meet President Cabrera on stage when they walk on stage for to get their diploma. It's not the real diploma that they will be receiving. That will be mailed to your student, but you will have that moment captured by Grad Images if you do so decide to purchase that picture.
Great. Will there be big screens at Bobby Dodd to see closer to the graduation?
Great question. So Bobby Dodd has a big, I think the word is Jumbotron. So you will be seeing and their name on the bottom of the Jumbotron. So you'll see them walk on the stage. So make sure you keep up to date. They're not going to be lined up in alphabetical order or whatnot. So it's good to point your student before they walk on that stage when the ceremony begins, if you can find them. But yes, so you will see them walk across that stage on that Jumbotron.
Let's see. Which parking lot is closest to the stadium, as my husband has difficulty walking? Also, will there be a place for him to leave his scooter?
So we'll email us that question for where to leave the scooter. I believe Bag Valet won't accept scooter type devices. I would encourage to drop off your husband at that drop-off area on the parking that was noted on the parking map on our website. So I think that would be the best bet, because even though you see all those parking, I would try to get any parking deck around North Avenue, but those might be full. So know that there is a drop-off zone if you have to park a little further away.
Gotcha. Will the tunnel be open to get to the stadium like for football games?
Well, that's where the students will walk in. So the students will walk in through the tunnel onto the field, and then parents, guardians, and guests will go into the gates. So guests cannot come onto the field. The only people who can be on the field are volunteers, our team, athletics, and your student. I hope that answers that question.
Yes. Is there a preferred section at Bobby Dodd to see the better portion of the graduation, or do we just have to get there early?
I would say get there early. Know that, like I said before, the gates open an hour early. Know that people like to go right when gates open. It's kind of like Black Friday, or what Black Friday used to be. So please take that into consideration when traveling to Bobby Dodd. I would say, I would say go to those maps, the seating maps. So, for example, you wouldn't want to seat if your student is graduating in the College of Engineering, you would want to sit in the club level, not on the west side of the stadium. So make sure you study those maps. And again, if you get to the Bobby Dodd, we'll have tons of volunteers out to help you manage your way around. So in case you just blank out and get nervous and don't know where everything is, we are still there for you. We want to make sure that you have a fun, safe, and healthy time at commencement. So we'll be there for you if you have any questions about where to sit and all that good stuff.
And the parent, she was referring to the tunnel under the Highway 75, not the one at the stadium.
I believe that tunnel is actually closed. Thank you for the clarification. I know because I think my colleagues and I wanted to walk through that tunnel to get to a lunch break one day in Midtown, and that was closed.
Will a 2020 graduate be allowed to walk?
Please email us for that. That's a special request. So that is definitely something we would like to handle over email or phone call. But email us that question, being that we do have some 2020 graduates left over, and we can discuss that later.
And also, will the presentation be live streamed?
The commencement presentation?
Yes, I'm sorry, the commencement ceremony.
No, you're good. No, you're fine. Yes, it will be on our commencement website, and we'll lead you to our YouTube.
Great.
Yep.
And if you wouldn't mind just dropping the commencement email address in the chat, just in case anybody missed it in the beginning.
Great. Let's. Yeah.
Perfect. And I already dropped a link earlier to the commencement website as well with the seating chart. I know that's a very big topic. So it seems like we have a clarifying question. Will a 2021 graduate be allowed to wear a borrowed cap and gown regalia from a 2020 graduate?
So this is a great question, being that Georgia Tech just changed its branding. So the easy answer is yes. Making sure that your tassel is the right color. I wish I had them in front of me, so my apologies, but we used to have cheddar yellow, but now it's more of like a golden yellow. So make sure that your tassel is of that golden yellow color. Some people might have the new seal on their cap and gown throughout the year. If you have the old seal, that's fine as well. We understand that with this transition of new branding, that it includes our regalia as well. So, but make sure that it is Georgia Tech regalia, so not borrowing regalia from my alma mater, UNC Wilmington, or from Georgia State down the street. They do have to have the seals on their regalia. I hope that answered that question.
Yes. Is there an alphabetical order of colleges for graduation, or is it random with individual graduates?
They will be called, not with individual graduates, so they will be called by college. So on that stadium map, for example, let me see if get back to that map real quick. I'm going to share my screen real quick so I can give you an example, if you don't mind. Moment. All right, Tyler, can you see the venue and ceremony information page?
Yep.
Great. So I'm just going to use bachelor ceremony. It's going to go the same for the rest. But as you can see, this is the College of Computing. So they will be the first college called go onto the stage. So they will be called row by row, and then we'll go on to that stage. The last college that will be called would be the College of Engineering. And so the line will again start here until we get to the whole back of the line right here. And this is around the time when we get to this area, once the last name is called, that everyone starts cheering and get really excited.
Will this ceremony be less crowded than a typical spring ceremony?
I would say yes, but because we have unlimited tickets this year, we don't know. Again, the pandemic has really changed things. So we can have a general view, but my family is very large. I had at least like 8 to 10 people come for my master's ceremony from my alma mater. And I know that in the past, Georgia Tech has only allowed 5 tickets in I think, last December, and then prior to the pandemic, always 5. So we don't know who's coming. I know that vaccines and boosters and whatnot are getting really popular, and making sure that everyone's safe and sound in terms of people want to come out more. So it could be as crowded, but it couldn't be. We only have one bachelor's ceremony, for example, and that's the most popular ceremony that we have. Our master ceremony is very big as well. So if you are coming for those two, know that it will be a lot of people.
Let's see. You mentioned earlier that tassels and cords will be given out at the president's graduation celebration. Is this particular event a ceremony?
So the cords are just what's given. Your tassel comes with your respective regalia. So we won't give, tassels are for the cap. The cords that you put around your neck will be given at PGC. And PGC is not a ceremony. Consider it kind of more of a celebration, more of a kind of party, social type atmosphere. So there's no formal program. So you can drop by whenever.
The commencement speech is by UC Davis educator. Do we know the subject?
I do not know. I know that is in editing as of right now. So I can't spoil it. I apologize. But know that there are snacks. So when speeches are happening, and if you need a bathroom break, a snack break, feel free. Go get some fun things from the Legends stand. There's things you can do.
Yes. And then do we know when industrial engineering graduates?
Industrial engineering, so that will be, it depends if you have it in a master's or bachelor's, but so that will be on our ceremony schedule page, again, on the commencement website. And since they are in the industrial engineering, it would be within the College of Engineering.
And will any portion of the graduation be bi or trilingual, say Spanish or Mandarin?
We will not have, I believe we'll have a sign language interpreter, but it will be in English. Things to think about in the future.
Well, parents, we'll just give a few more, and family members, we'll just give a few more minutes, just in case you have any last minute questions for Jillian. We definitely would like to thank her for taking the time out of her schedule. Her and her team, they definitely aren't ghosts, and commencement doesn't just happen by itself. They work so graciously and so hard to make sure that commencement runs seamlessly for thousands and thousands of people. So we're very excited to have her here today. I have a question.
Sure.
George, if you wouldn't mind emailing us that question, we would love to get to you in regards to that, in regards to your concerns.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see that question as well. So any specifics about that, if you want to email us as well, I won't know what President Cabrera or the other speakers at our ceremony will be saying specifically, but know that we are happy to be a sustainable campus and a very diverse one because of our wonderful, wonderful international student base. And being in the heart and city of Atlanta, that's something we thrive on as well. But any other specifics about that, we would love to answer those for you.
Great. Well, parents and family members, thank you so much again for your time. We would love for you to join us Wednesday at the same time at 12 o'clock Eastern. We will be graced by Dean Stein. He'll be giving some campus updates and also answering any questions as well. And then Thursday, we have another webinar, which you can find out about on our website, featuring our parent assistant leaders. This will be recorded and posted to our website within 24 hours and also our YouTube channel as well. Once again, if you have any questions, email us, parents@gatech.edu. If you would like to request a copy of this PowerPoint, please email us, parents@gatech.edu. If you have any questions for Jillian and her team and her staff, email events@comm.gatech.edu, and then we'll be happy to assist you. But congratulations, all the hard work is done, and look to see you at the finish line.
Great. Well, thank you again for having me, and congratulations to you and your student. Again, it takes a village, and we cannot wait to see you in December.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right. See y'all later.